How's it going, everyone? I wanted to make a quick video on how I imagine the way that DP or derealization alters our perception of reality. So basically this represents our eyes that are taking in the world around us, everything that we see, as well as hear. I guess our ears should be in there as well. Anyhow, and here's our brain, and here's all the different neural pathways. Obviously, these are a lot more complex than anybody even fully understands at this point. But as you know, if you've experienced DP, it comes as a major perspective change, or your perception of reality is altered dramatically in every sense. So I kind of imagine it like this. Like typically in life, we might have an event that changes our perception towards something. So like let's say this neural pathway represents art, and we'll just say this one represents music. And we'll say that you like country music, so you got all kinds of neural pathways going on with country music, but hip hop you're not really fond of, and you just don't give much thought to it. Well, let's say one day that there's a hip hop artist you come across, and he catches your attention, you become interested, and it changes your perspective on hip-hop music. So, your perspective change happens, I imagine, like right here. And so you start exploring into hip-hop more, and those neural pathways grow and expand due to a perspective change. Now, with DP, I imagine the perspective change to happen basically right there. Right in the beginning of just about everything. I mean, I don't know. Maybe learning how to walk and shit is right here, but I'm not even so certain of that because actually, yeah, probably not. Maybe. Who fucking knows? Anyhow. What I will argue is that learning how to speak or your own name, let's say this is the neural pathway for your name, mine's Blake. So the change happens in here, and you have a new type of awareness happening here. And something I experienced with DP is when my name was said, it almost caught me off guard. I mean, I knew my name was Blake, but with this new awareness happening right here, the way I felt about it was different. So I responded to my name, but I didn't quite feel the same as I typically did. So, one way I'd look at depersonalization is basically it's a newfound awareness, or an awareness that happens above and before everything else. Whether that awareness has always been there, which obviously I'd say it has, I don't quite understand that. But point being, the change happens before all this shit. And that's why you feel different about everything. Your own name, objects you may have had, like, I'm not wearing it now, but I had a necklace. I would say that necklace was right there. After I became depersonalized, I sat there and looked at that necklace, and I remember when I bought it, I could pretty much remember my thoughts and emotions at the time. But with this new awareness, I felt different. about my necklace or fucking many objects, my whole wardrobe basically. Everything felt different about everything because of this change in awareness that happened right here. So, you know, overall, I feel like depersonalization is not something that you're gonna just get rid of or make it disappear. I mean, I think it's something that you have to reintegrate with all of this, and it takes time, and it requires working with it and not against it, because you know that's what it's trying to do. This new awareness happened, and it's trying to reintegrate itself with all these different parts of yourself to make you feel whole again, and you have to trust in that and allow it to happen instead of constantly putting up a fight. And you know, for me personally, I found, you know, there was parts of myself that I didn't like so much, and that new awareness from depersonalization showed me that. And you know, and I found there were parts of myself that I'm still okay with, that can stay, even though maybe my perspective on them might have changed, may have not changed a little bit. So anyhow, that's how I perceive depersonalization happening in the brain, and I'm sure it's, you know, infinitely more complex than what I'm describing here. But either way, I hope this video was helpful to you, and I'd like to hear what you guys think on this.